Hi everyone, just another video on analog phaser pedals, and this is part 2, and we'll call this one the Analog Shootout 2. Stick around. Well, thanks for joining us. So, as you can see here, we have the Behringer VC340, which is actually the Roland VP330 clone, if you want to call it that. And the star of the show is the phaser pedal. There's going to be more than one, so stick around because it's not just this one here, but this one is beautiful. This is the Moogerfooger MF-103 or MF-103 if you're talking that way, and it's a 12 stage analog phaser pedal, actually designed by Bob himself. It actually says that below. Is some information for you there if you want to have a look. Now, bit of housekeeping. You might have remembered the previous video that I did. The link is in the letter I up in the top right hand corner for you guys, and I used this machine in the previous video. This is the Roland VP03. It's the boutique clone of the VP330, and I don't know, I'm not in love with it. This is probably going to go on the for sale classifieds, I think. Anyway, as you guys know, I've got this now. It's exactly the same. It's not this. I'm not going to say it's exactly the same thing because that's not right, is it? It's exactly the same type of synthesizer, except this one is all analog and it's replicating, cloning, whatever you want to call it, the actual original VP330, which that boutique is supposed to do, but this sounds beautiful. So anyway, yeah, let's get stuck straight into it because I'm gas bagging way too much, and I know that annoys some of you, but that's me. Right, so let's bypass it for a sec, and we are going to put on, and we should hear the strings now. Now, so how have I got this set up? Well, this is coming out of the back from the mono output. Now, this does actually have a stereo image through the ensemble, but I'm going out through mono, and I'm going in to the single input on here. One of the things that I love about this is the fact that it's got the two audio outputs on the back, and that means that you get a stereo kind of phaser effect. And so let's try that out now. So you can hear it kind of dancing around between left and right, which I think is actually really, really cool. And that means that you technically don't have to have any other effects with this phaser pedal, and it gives you that beautiful stereo sort of sound. All right, that's the first thing. Okay, so why am I always showing string machines with phaser pedals? Because I'm a synth head, that's why. And if you don't like it, then try and like it. Okay, so as you guys can see down below, that tells you what all the knobs do. So drive adjusts the gain, output specifies the level. Now that's actually quite interesting. It says it specifies the level of the phaser. Bypass is a true bypass, by the way, so nothing's going through. Resonance determines the height and sharpness of the peaks in the phaser frequency response. I'm not going to get technical in this video. If you guys want me to get technical, we can bring the manual out and we'll do another video. Leave me a comment below if you want me to do that. But in this video, we're just checking it out. Rate is an LFO, and it varies between 0.1 Hertz to 250 Hertz. So for those playing along at home, 1 Hertz is a 1 second cycle. Okay, and low and high selects between the low LFO rate, which goes from 0.1 to 2.5 Hertz, and the high goes from 1 Hertz to 250. So just so you know, you've got the ability to change. Okay, so that LFO doesn't go all the way to 250 on the one. You have to move it from low to high there. What else? Sweep moves the phaser frequency response over a 6-octave range. There you go. And interestingly, I guess we could kind of say that 6 stage would just do it over the 6 octaves, and 12 stage would do it over the 12, maybe? I don't know. Someone could probably explain that in the comments below, because there's lots of more smarter people out there than me. I just like the sound of stuff. Anyway, let's get it stuck into it. Enough about stuff. Let's try the rate first. That's the go-to, isn't it? That's really slow. Go up. And then obviously we can go from anyway, that's the rate. Enough playing around with that. You guys get the idea. So let's have a look at the LFO amount. Now, it says in here that LFO amount adjusts the amount by which the LFO output varies the phaser sweep. Okay, so there's your sweep, and there's your rate. Let's get a change this. Yeah, it's just kind of dulling it down, isn't it? Alright, if you go max. Alright, let's try the sweep. Start from 0. So that's 1 octave. Let's try our 12 stage. Kind of finding that there's sweet spots in this. So And obviously resonance, we can dial that right down. And this thing can go right up to crazy sort of. Playing around with a bit of stuff there. Alright, so there you go. There's the Moogerfooger MF-103. Tell us what you think. Stick around because I've got another phaser pedal coming right up. Okay, and here we've got the MXR Phase 99. Yeah, it's an analog phaser pedal. And it actually is two of these. I sound like an idiot. It's two of these. The MXR Phase 90, or maybe I should just show it there. MXR Phase 90. I could be a nice hand model back. Oh, look at that. Anyway, I'm getting carried away. And you don't really need to hear that because this is actually exactly the same circuit times 2. And I've got a whole bunch of information down below. But anyway, we're going to go through it. So what does it sound like? It sounds awesome. Let's hear it. Love phases. Okay, so I mean, you guys can read below. What does it all do? It does that? No. Finish the video? No, let's check it out. So what I like about it is it's got these little buttons across the top. It's got the PS button, and that actually gives us the ability to switch between a signal flow of the two phaser circuits. Because we've got two phase 90 circuits in here, we can actually switch them into either a parallel mode or a series mode. And what does that mean? It just means that you're going to merge them into one signal in a series. So they're actually kind of going out in series, if that makes sense. And in parallel, they're going out into two separate parallel sounds, which is why we've got the two outputs there, which makes us similar to the other pedal I showed earlier, but different, because this is actually two physical phaser circuits. So that's why I've got different phaser pedals, guys, if you're wondering. Now, you might remember in the previous video that I did, I actually put two small stones together and kind of, it actually has the same kind of effect as this. But the cool thing about this, it's one pedal and it doesn't take up as much space and it sounds amazing. So let's have a listen to it in series, because at the moment it's in parallel. So we just click the button, it goes blue. And it just sounds like a mono source, but what it does is it combines the two phaser signals together. Now, remembering, if you look at this, the sweep are at different positions on both. See that? So you're going to get an interesting effect. Now, I think that kind of sounds louder than in parallel. But in the parallel, you get that kind of spacey stereo effect because the sweeps are at different rates. Okay, so the next one is sync. Now, what does sync do? It actually changes the sweeps so that it only uses the sweep 1 rate. So let's try that. So there's sync, and then we've got the coolest button ever, the vintage button. What does vintage do? Well, it says that it's just a vintage sound or a vintage voice. It doesn't actually tell us really a lot more than that. But I've got a theory, and you guys might have a theory. Let's have a listen to, well, I actually think we've been listening to the vintage, haven't we? Let's have a listen to it off. So this is the normal. So it's indicated by a yellow LED, and at the moment there's no LED. So let's just listen to a phaser now. Let me turn it on. It kind of just sounds a little bit more old, vintage. Probably a bit more resonance, probably would be the technical term. So yeah, there's that. And obviously now we can adjust, because we've got it in parallel and we've got it, you know, we can adjust the sweep. So let's play with that. So there, guys, is the MXR Phase 99. It's pretty cool, and I like it. That's why I bought it. So where did I put it? There it is. If you've got one of these, there it is. If you've got one of these, you might want to get one of these, because it's two of these, double trouble. And it, you know, you can use this like one of these. So yeah, little bonus bit at the bottom of this part of the pedal is that it's got an internal switch. So down below you can see what it talks about. You can actually toggle SW6, and what it does is it switches the output. So these parts here, they're out 1 and out 2, so that the second phaser is mixed. So you can play with that as well, and it's in the battery section. So you turn it upside down, open the battery card up, and you'll see those SW5 and SW6 switches in there. So yeah, check it all out. It's all written below. And if you've got any questions about the MXR Phase 99, please leave a comment below. That's enough for this video. We've got 2 phaser pedals, so I hope you enjoyed the analog phaser shootout number 2. Hopefully there's more. I mean, technically I could do a video on this, but it's not really needed, is it? If you want stuff like this, let me know. If it's just sitting up there on the interwebs on YouTube and nobody cares, then I'm not going to know either. So please leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell icon if you are subscribing, and don't forget every Saturday at 2 PM UTC time we're doing a live stream, so you never know, I might catch you then. Catch you later.